Priyanka. So today we're gonna talk about The 100, an American nuclear apocalypse sci-fi dystopian drama TV series. I know guys, it's too much to process, and basically it's a sci-fi drama series. So before doing the recap of season 1 to 7, I just want you guys to be acquainted with the main characters of the season 100. So let's begin.
Clark Griffin, Octavia Blake, Bellamy Blake, Maddie Griffin, Raven Reyes, John Murphy, Monty Green, Emory.
So now that we've got acquainted with the main characters of the season 100, let's begin our recap, guys.
Apparently, some nuclear thing happened like 100 years ago, and after the nuclear apocalypse, humanity had fled to space on the Ark. But they are running out of air, so they send like 100 kids down to the Earth to see if the Earth is inhabitable. After landing the space pod on Earth, they quickly discover that the Earth is filled with new wonders and dangers of all sorts. Then they discover that not all the humanity was wiped out and some survived the nuclear apocalypse. The Grounders, which has like 12 clans, the Mountain Men who live in the mountains, and the Reapers. In the first season, a lot of kids did not survive and some were killed by the Grounders, Reapers, and the remaining 48 of them were taken by the Mountain Men to Mount Weather. In the second season, it is eventually revealed that the Mountain Man cannot survive the radiation outside their Mount Weather facility. That's why they are transfusing blood from the imprisoned Grounders as an anti-radiation treatment. Later we see that the 100 show even more patent anti-radiation efficiency, and their bone marrow will allow the Mountain Man to survive outside on the ground. Meanwhile, the people on the Ark cannot maintain a connection with the 100, and so they are worried, and they land on various stations on the Earth and began an alliance with the Grounders to save their group of people, and their group is known as Camp Jaha. In the third season, Camp Jaha is now renamed as Arcadia. An artificial intelligence named as Ali was revealed to be responsible for the nuclear apocalypse that destroyed the Earth 97 years ago. And she takes over the minds of everyone in Arcadia and also of the Grounders. In the third season's finale, Clark manages to destroy Ali and discovers that the world is facing another nuclear apocalypse.
The nuclear power plants that weren't destroyed by the bombs have begun to melt down. 96% of the Earth's surface will be uninhabitable.
In the fourth season, Clark and the others find way to survive the second nuclear apocalypse when it's discovered that Nightbloods have a high resistance to the radiation. To know what Nightblood is, we'll have to go 97 years back in the past to see where it all started. So Ali is an artificial intelligence which launches like nuclear apocalypse on the Earth, which destroys the Earth. So because of that, the creator of Ali, she designs Nightblood which can sustain the radiation that has been caused on the Earth. So with the Nightblood, she goes onto the Earth and creates a group of people called the Grounders, who are also called as the Nightbloods, which can obviously survive the radiation. But with Nightblood, there's one problem. As only some of the bodies can adapt to the Nightblood, not every body can adapt to the Nightblood. That's why they have to select a leader. And the leader would be the leader of all the clans on the Earth, like from the Grounders. So, back to the season 4. Clark and others attempt to recreate the serum but fail to test it. Now, since the nuclear apocalypse is near, they do not have anything, so they find an old bunker which can protect around 1200 people for 5 years. So they do a championship between all of the Grounders that has like 12 clans, and Octavia also participates in that, and Octavia wins, and then she decides that each 12 clan receives a 100 spot in the bunker, uniting everyone into a single clan called One Crew. Bellamy and others return to the space to live in the remnants of the original Ark, while Clark is now in Nightblood remains on the ground. In the fifth season, which takes place like 6 years after the meltdown of the nuclear reactor, and transporter ship full of prisoners arrives in the only habitable land on the Earth called the Shallow Valley. In the Shallow Valley, there is Clark has been living with the Nightblood child called Maddie. Those who survived in space and in the bunker return to the ground. Both One Crew and the prisoners want control over the valley, resulting in the battle ending with the valley being destroyed. In the last season, we see that the shallow valley has been completely destroyed by another nuclear apocalypse, and the crew go into the space, into the cryosleep, and they wait for the Earth to become habitable again. But Monty, who doesn't go into the cryosleep, discovers that the Earth is never going to be inhabitable, at least for I don't know how many years. So that's why he finds a new planet for them. And it's been almost 175 years. So we are now in season 6. So after 175 years in cryosleep, Clark and everyone wake up to a new planet called Alpha Santum. So after landing on the new planet, they discover that there are humans already on this planet, and also the world that they are in is not very safe as they have new dangers, and there's also basically they're trying to stay in peace with the primes, but somehow they discover that the primes are living for centuries because of a mind drive. They transfer their mind drive into another person's body, and they are living from centuries. When their dark secret was revealed by Clark and the other crew, they destroyed the primes with the help of children of Gabriel. Opposed to the idea of primes living forever as they're destroying the original body.
In the season 6's ending, we see that we are introduced to an anomaly. So guys, what is anomaly? So anomaly is a bridge between different planets, from planet Alpha to planet Santum to planet Earth, and to different planets throughout the space. So how does it work? The first way is to walk, run or swim through it. The second way, if you put in the right code through the anomaly stone, you can be able to use the bridge to different worlds. Third way is through a tracker. The tracker needs to be put inside a person so that he can be pulled through.
Through the anomaly code, one can travel into the space, but also with the anomaly stone, humans can receive transcendence. So in the final season, we see that there is one last test through which the human can receive transcendence. So the last test consists of a series of questions to be answered sincerely, and if you pass, then the human race will receive transcendence, and if you do not pass it, then the human race will be distinguished forever. Cardigan takes the last test, but somehow Clark reaches there, and then she kills Cardigan because of what he has done to Maddie, because of all the anger. And the humanity's whole fate was dependent on Clark. Clark fails the test. After Clark fails the test, Raven tries and talks to the disciples and explains to the disciples that how humans can change and we can be given a chance to be better, to be a better person, to give up violence and to start new beginnings. When the disciples saw the change, human race was transcended.
That until we stop fighting, we are doomed. Until we stop killing each other in the name of country, tribe or family, we are doomed. And we realize that the cycle of violence keeps repeating itself. Once we do, we link arms and we realize that we are all in this together, and then we can get to do whatever comes next. In this case, it is called as transcendence. That is the moral of the story, guys. Clark doesn't get the gift of transcendence because her actions have a cause. Like Moses not going into the promised land, even Clark is alone until she sees her friends. I think it is the most beautiful way of saying that found family is important. They have realized that Clark has sacrificed so much, she has given up so much, she sacrificed so much in her life, and they are not going to let her be alone. That's why her friends forgo whatever transcendence is, and then they come back to Clark so that they all can be together. I really think that even though the series did not have a happy ending, but the story was a really beautiful one indeed. So that's it for today, guys. If you really like my video, please do follow, like and subscribe to my channel. Also, you can let me know in the comment section what do you think about the video. So thank you for watching.